Hello, everyone. JT Viper here, back with a very quick, what will be a very quick live stream, pending anyone getting directly involved with this and joining me for a chat. I thought it was about time, as I've left the Miranda Boyce saga alone for long enough, especially with her incessant attempts to contact me or interact with me in other ways via Twitter or my Gmail account or by asking incessant questions on my Ask FM profile, whatever you'd like to call it. Now, some will make the claim that I don't know because it's Ask FM, the nature of it. I can't be certain that Miranda Boyce is the person who was asking me a bunch of questions and accusing me, in general, of just being a bit of a scumfuck person, claiming that all my posts are about hating women and this, that, the other. Well, it's funny because in her emails to me, Miranda made a very blatant error in calling me Jason Taylor. Funny, that's not my name. However, she is the only person I have met in probably the last decade who's ever called me Jason. And funnily enough, in the string of Ask FM questions that she also refers to me there as Jason Taylor. And it's funny because my name is actually there. It's not private information. This is not something that's been hidden for any great length of time going back into my history here. So I find it odd, more than conspicuously so, that somebody would make the same error, especially when my name is already there for correcting them. But in any case, this right here is a tweet that was posted earlier, and yes, Miranda, I know you're watching. And no, Miranda, it's not harassment to report on the fact that you have committed an act of libelous slander. Yes, those are two different things. Anyway, defamatory libel. And the best part about that is that you can't even claim negligence in this case. Because you know for a fact that I have stated on multiple occasions and made efforts on multiple occasions to address the issue of female suicide as well. You see, I am against suicide, full stop. It's not a gendered thing for me. I disagree with people killing themselves as a point of practice. Is my activism confined to preventing male suicides at the moment? Yes. Yes, it is. And were that all that I knew Miranda knew about me, I might be able to let her get away with claiming negligence, just not knowing that I actually do oppose suicide, whether the person committing suicide is male or female. But no, you see, I actually had this debate, and this was one of the very first things that Miranda knew about me, was the fact that I was campaigning against male suicide, the fact that I am against suicide in general, and the reason that I campaign against male suicide. In fact, the very first video I ever did in addressing Miranda's concerns, and actually it was more about addressing the type of concerns that she was voicing at that time and then using her tweets as examples. That entire video, which she eventually reported for privacy complaints and harassment and all the rest of it, which is still up, by the way. YouTube did not support those claims against me. The entire point of that video is to describe why it is that I am so fixated on preventing male suicides. For those of you who don't know, men commit suicide at 3 to 4 or more times the rate of women. So for every woman who commits suicide, as much of a shame as it is that anybody should commit suicide, there are 3 to 4 men to go along with that number. Now, some would ask, well, why not just go against suicides in general? Why not actually make your activism and the fundraising you do go towards suicide prevention as a whole? Well, you see, I believe in doing the most good where the most good is possible. If I have a house that's burning down and there are people inside of it, and I have a house that's burning down and there are not people inside of it, I'm going to try to put out the fire that's threatening the most lives. Sad fact is, if it comes down to it, and I have to pick a situation where I can either save 10 people or I can save 20 people, well, I'm going to save 20 people. Why? Because I'm not going to take anyone's individual life as being more important than the others if I don't know that. All I know is that there are about 33,000 men in the U.S. who commit suicide each year alone, and the number is about a quarter to less than a quarter of that for women. If you're interested in equality, Miranda or anyone at all, then shouldn't we be trying to address the fact that there are 3 extra men killing themselves for every woman? Just a thought. Just just something to mull over. If you really believe that me devoting resources to preventing male suicide is somehow anti-woman. I'm not saying that women should, up their game and start matching men in terms of suicide. I'm saying that we should bring down the male suicide rate to at least the point where it matches with women. Now, I don't think that'll ever actually happen. I don't think we can ever actually get those two to even out because I believe there are simple basic differences between the sexes. I believe we are a sexually dimorphic species. I believe that there are just inherent traits that differ from one sex to the other. Call me crazy. But all that set aside, because I honestly believe that anyone with 2 functioning brain cells in their head can put that together, I wanted to address this because this is getting ridiculous. My only interactions with Miranda Boyce have been recently to respond to the accusations leveled against me. She has emailed me. I have emailed her back saying that if you don't want to have this thing, whatever this obsession is that you have with me, if you don't want this to go on, if you don't want me to interact with you, you don't want me to speak about you, you don't want me to have anything to do with you whatsoever, all you have to do, the ball is entirely in your court. All you have to do is stop posting shit like this. Because you see, I have friends. Yes, actual friends, other human beings who care about me. They care about other people too, but for the intents of this conversation, they care about me. And when they see stuff like this being posted about me, and people trying to hurt the work that I'm trying to do by defaming me to accounts like Mental Health Resource Hub, they get a little concerned. And they don't like that. They don't like when people are blatantly lying about me. Personally, I think you're pretty much scum. I think you are desperate. I think you are craving attention and power. And that you have this ridiculous rage on for me because I don't give you the power. I don't submit to all of your accusations. I don't cower in shame from everything you've called me. I just step up to the plate and take a swing at you because you swung first. And every time, you swing first. And I consider this an extension of self-defense. So, if you do choose to try and strike this video down, it shall become more powerful than you could ever imagine. Some of you will have gotten the reference. The rest of you can kindly either see yourselves to the door or the nearest theater showing Star Wars. But in any case, this is a fight you can't win. Because I am allowed to broadcast and remark on things that are said about me. You have made this about me. And because it is my business, I am choosing to make it public record. You don't get a choice in the matter after you initiated this attack on me. You know that I am opposed to suicide, regardless of the sex. And you don't have a diagnosis or a medical opinion, professional medical opinion, to qualify as calling me a sociopath. And you definitely can't say that I claim to be against suicide. I am. Sorry, it's not a claim at this point. I resent actually the fact that you would say I actually am apparently I support suicide. I'm just fabricating this facade of caring because someone who's been hospitalized twice for suicide attempts couldn't possibly care about preventing that happening to other people. Miranda, if you are so starved for attention that you feel the need to try and provoke any sort of response from me and then whine and complain about it, and well, we all know the cry bully tactics. If you are compelled to do this, then I pity you. I really truly do. But because I have a little more faith in humanity than that, I choose to believe that you have more control over yourself than that. I choose to believe that you can reason your way through this. I choose to believe that you have the potential to sit down and go, well, if I really don't want them talking to me or about me, and the only times they seem to talk about me or at me or the rest of it is when I go after them, then I think you should have the basic comprehension to be able to say, well, if I stop doing that thing, they'll stop doing that thing that I don't like. Now, that makes sense to me. That'll make sense to most right thinking people in the world. People it won't make sense to are, frankly, rather deranged or unstable, or just lack the mental capacity to perform any sort of basic reasoning. I don't know which one you are. I don't know which category you fall into there. But I'll show you the good enough faith to assume that you fall into the category that can put two and two together and get four. Thank you. Please, for your own benefit, stop this. It's not healthy. And move on, Miranda.